Let me tell you about one of my favorite places on planet Earth. A little place called Moab, Utah. Now, OHVs and dirt bikes, cyclists, hikers, tons of people go to Moab, Utah for various reasons. But obviously my intent is to take my UTV there and go trail riding, rock crawling to the extent that Moab has to offer. Let me tell you a little bit about my favorite places of Moab. Every trip usually starts with a warm-up run. Oftentimes it's steel bender. So I like steel bender for a couple reasons. One, there's a shorter trail to it, so you can kind of cut it in half, or you can take the long way around. And there's really only one big obstacle that you might have to pay a little bit of attention to, but even then, in the course of Moab, it's not that hard. Most of it is just little rock crawling, like I said, warm up, get the machine acclimated, get used to being there. Whether you do it day or night, doesn't really matter. It's not an overpopulated trail, and it's pretty wide at points, so even if you do encounter another crowd or a group of machines, it's pretty easy to get around. So steel bender's probably my warm-up run. Although I would say avoid it. It's a fun one, but Hell's Revenge has its perks. I typically do Hell's Revenge at night though, because Hell's Revenge is one of those that all of the tour guided trail rides take you on. So you're gonna see a lot of like Hummers and Jeeps out there, just because it's kind of cool to rock crawl on top of the rocks, or like the elephant's back or whatever they call it. But during the day, it's gonna get a little bit overcrowded with those slow moving touristy groups. So I typically save that one for the night. Although there are a few cliffs and holes that you wanna watch out for. So if you're not familiar with the trail, I would absolutely recommend going through it in the daytime before you ever try to do it at night. Part of Hell's Revenge are a few different obstacles. Hell's Gate, which is really fun. Hell's Gate is a drop-in on one side, you climb up the other. For the most part, it's just keep your machine level, is the piece of advice that I can give you. The nice part about Moab is that you can actually see where tires are running on the rocks. Like you can see the tire marks on the rocks. Hell's Revenge is one though that I think a lot of people try to take it at such an angle that they tip over a lot. Trust me, I have saved so many machines from tipping over on Hell's Gate. But literally just keep your machine level, like you can feel it in the driver's seat, and you crawl right up it. It looks really intimidating. Honestly, it's not that hard. August 14th through 16th at the Norris Penrose Event Center, we're back at the Pioneer Rodeo. We had such a fun time last year watching the bull riding, steer wrestling, mutton busting, and then the demolition derby on Sunday. But this year we're adding a little bit of power sports touch. So get your tickets at pioneerrodeo.com. Use promo code FURY at checkout. Another part of Hell's Revenge outside of Hell's Gate is Escalator. Escalator's fun. Depending on the length of your machine, you kind of go up into a little hole and you might have to reposition yourself so you drive straight out of the hole. A lot of times what I see from especially the longer machines is that when you drive into the hole, you're kind of cockeyed. So when you try to drive out of the hole, you remain cockeyed and you'll fall over to the passenger side. I have fallen over to the passenger side, so ask me how I know. But Hell's Revenge, in midst of all that, you got the hot tubs in there. So there's two main hot tubs that you can play in, or you can drive around them. Hot tubs are typically have standing water at the bottom, so it's usually a little easier to do the hot tubs during the day than it is at night, because the hot rocks help kind of dry off those tires and it gives you the traction to get out, especially Devil's Hot Tub. But again, something to play in. If you can't get out of the hot tub, back out of it, turn yourself around down there, what have you. But so between Hell's Revenge at night for me, I'll usually get into like Pritchett Canyon, which on a scale of like 1 to 10 is probably more up on that 10 side as far as difficulty of Moab goes. But Pritchett Canyon for me, from being a technical rider, is what I seek when I go to Moab. So that is probably one of my favorite trails, and I think what entices me more to Pritchett Canyon than other trails like Above the Rim rim or the rim, things of that nature, are that it's not a high consequence per se. So those ones that are like technical riding on the edge of a cliff where if you do roll over, you could die. Pritchett's not one of those. Is there technical obstacles on it? All over the place. There's at least half a dozen like attention-seeking technical obstacles. But those obstacles in and of themselves aren't that high consequence obstacle that you're gonna see on other trails. I can tell you a story about the first time I did Pritchett. I had no idea what I was doing. I was picking all the lines for the first time, seeing these obstacles for the first time. We also brought way too many people with us for the first time, in machines that weren't as built nor as capable as ours. And it was, I think we left the house at around 8 or 9 a.m. and we got back to the house around 3 a.m. Now, I went several times afterwards, and I can tell you from start to finish now, knowing the lines and knowing the obstacles, thanks to my good buddy Dustin over at Moab Side by Side Adventures, it takes like an hour and a half start to finish. So like the last time we went, I think we did Pritchett Canyon. Pritchett Canyon, if you don't take the road out, will turn into Behind the Rocks. So we went Pritchett Canyon to Behind the Rocks, and we were still back in town by lunchtime. So as long as you know the lines, you have capable drivers, and obviously the equipment to handle the capabilities, you can cruise through it pretty quick, but super fun trail there. My next trail is a fun one, especially on the hot days. It's called Kane Creek. So Kane Creek, you're going down to Main Street, you take a turn at the McDonald's, and you kind of follow that all the way out like you're going to Pritchett Canyon, except for you keep driving straight. You're going to head towards Chicken Corners. Before you get to Chicken Corners, you're gonna take a left. That's gonna be Kane Creek Trail. Kane Creek is super fun because, as the name resides to, it is through a creek. Different times of year, you're gonna get different water levels, so be careful. UTVs aren't boats, so don't submerge them in water. They don't like that. Your clutches especially. Kane Creek is cool because you get to cruise through the water, you get a little wet, you get to cool off. It's kind of a fun, windy, switchbacky type of trail where, you know, there's a number of different ways you can go through it. There's some great spots to stop under some tree cover for lunches, things of that nature. Some Jeeps go along this trail. There are a couple of spots on this trail that aren't wide enough to pass on. So you either have to let a group come in that's coming towards you, or you have to wait for the group in front of you to finish. So if you get caught behind a Jeep group just right, it could take some time. Ask me how I know. But then you get to the end of Kane Creek, and that is probably the one obstacle, or obstacles if you want to call it. It's called Hamburger Hill. That's the one that's going to be a little tension-seeking as far as the difficulty of those obstacles, and the fact that it goes up a hill next to a canyon where if you go off the left side, if you're going up it, right side if you're going down it, is going to be a little bit high consequence. Last time I went there was still a razor at the bottom. No idea if those people survived, how that ended up down there, or if they even got it out. But there's been a razor down there for a little while. Super fun trail though. Honestly, Hamburger Hill, I've done it so many times at this point. I don't even think about pulling a winch. I know the lines, I know the spots, I know how to get up it. So it's a pretty quick, fun trail, Kane Creek through Hamburger Hill, and then you actually come out on the highway, and then if you wanted to hit like Behind the Rocks or anything like that, you are on that south into town. So it's a good highway jaunt after that trail back into town, but you can hit some more trails along the way. Just depends on how fast you actually like get through there. So I would say those are probably my favorite ones. So if I'm going for the weekend, that's usually my lineup. Every once in a while, we'll throw in like a Above the Rim or something like that. Fins and Things is also a really easy one. A lot of touristy things to do through there. It's definitely not hard, although I've seen a lot of people break and tip their machine on Fins and Things, just not paying attention, I think is what it comes down to. Just because it is such an easy trail that you just kind of go into a lackadaisical mindset. But hey, if you've ever been to Moab, drop in the comments below. Tell me what your favorite trails are, or if there's a particular trail in Moab that you want to hear about, let me know as well. I'm happy to talk about it. So till then, have fun, ride safe, ride Fury.